Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge.
Ryan Seymour.
And as you can see, we are number one in it up today. Yep. Wow, there was a lot of good stuff that came out.
Yes.
It's kind of funny that we just went like this number one set.
But then, for those out there that are worried, like if it's going to be samesies, our honorable mentions are radically different.
Way different. So on our number one list, from Boom Studios, we have The Empty Man, right? Colin Bunn. We've got Marvel Knights number one,
the 20th anniversary, written by Mr. Cates.
Yes, and then of course Green Lantern number one by Grant Morrison.
Yes.
Where do you want to go? Oh, yeah, that's right.
That is actually a toughie. Yeah. Because Empty Man was good, but you almost have to have a little background for like the original series to kind of jump right in.
So I didn't have that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I read it first.
Ah.
That was a mistake.
I was gonna say, what were the results of this experiment?
Because it put me in a place I was like, I don't feel good about myself.
It's a dark atmosphere.
Oh, okay. Let's get into that one. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Yes. I very much so felt a creepypasta vibe for this whole thing. Yep. So your Slender Man-esque type things. Yep. So there's another series?
Yeah, came out a couple years back.
Okay.
And sort of kind of set the framework up for this. It was the background, like the first cases of the Empty Man virus.
Right.
The different cults that were popping up. So without that, I guess for those of you that are thinking about picking this up and haven't picked up the first one, I recommend checking out. There's a trade paperback I believe out there for it that's still available through Diamond Comics, so hit up your local shop. But the basic thing behind it is there's this horrible disease that's basically just turning people crazy and then essentially hollowing them out. Like and that's why so suicides, mass murders, so it's really
Okay. We're filming on election day because we film on Tuesdays. So reading that first, man, I was like, I don't want to wake up tomorrow and get any of this.
Yeah.
Like, please miss me with that. Yeah. I don't want it. Ugh.
Be not reality.
Yeah, man. Colin, I literally picked it up because it was Colin.
Yeah.
Like, no two ways about it.
He's a genius.
Yeah. Like, I was like, where are we going with it? What I'm getting a sense of is Colin likes to play with supernatural, biblical insights. Like, it's very interesting the way that, if you take all the things that he's writing, you can find like a thread there. And I wonder if that's a thing for him. Like, is he just so in love with that theme that's like his focal point? I don't know.
Makes you wonder, is there a Cullen verse? Like Dark Ark, Empty Man, do they all take place in the same pocket universe?
I'm going to tell you right now, if they do, I'm going to recommend that we look out for Colin on a regular basis, make sure that he's okay.
Check-ins.
One should not have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Just living in their brain pan. Like, that's...
Because it's dark.
It's so dark.
Really
it's
dark.
Dangerously dark.
Because this one takes the family construct. And the father, the husband, trying to keep everything safe for everybody. The government that's supposed to be protecting you, potentially being overzealous.
This is scary.
Yeah.
Dude, the test.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a test in this book.
Yeah.
Without spoiling anything. But the questions on this test and the ramifications of the answers, that I was like... That's the moment I was like, please don't let this be our future. Yeah. Like, I've never so vehemently, like, you give me Earth X, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, everybody's mutated and there's this new Red Skull. And I'm like,
that's better.
I could live there.
That's
safer. Could, find a way.
But that test, as you're reading the questions on it, it's like that's what you could see being given to kids.
Oh, I can. I really, really can. Yeah. And that's the part where I was just like, I don't feel comfortable with living right now. This is not... where I'd like to be, like anywhere but here, please, thank you.
And if there's no supernatural aspect to it, and it really just is this virus that makes people go crazy,
that's almost more scary because it's so much more real.
Yeah, we're not that far off from that happening. So,
have you ever seen the movie The Crazies?
Oh, both of them, yeah.
Very similar, okay.
Yeah.
And on to more colorful things.
I'm trying to think which is a happier book, the Marvel Knights or Green Lantern.
I don't know. I really don't know which one's more colorful. Can we start with Marvel Knights?
Yes.
Let's start with
Marvel
Knights. 20th anniversary. Dude, 20 years.
It's been forever.
Oh my gosh.
I was only just able to legally buy a beer. Legally.
I was just able to drive. You got me by a couple.
Yeah,
just by a couple.
That's true.
That's all.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a couple. Marvel Knights. Okay, so for those of you that don't recall,
because they don't really talk about it too much
they
anymore.
don't, which is so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Pivotal time in Marvel Comics history. The bankruptcy was on.
Yep.
They needed something to save them. They really, really did. And the co-collab, the team supreme that was Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti come together with this pitch to like launch 4 titles for Marvel that take some standard characters that had kind of fallen.
Yeah.
Like definitely not even kind of fallen. That's kind of putting
numbers for Daredevil.
Right.
They were in the pits.
I mean, woo, bad. And literally rebuilt what Marvel is off of this new imprint, Marvel Knights. Do you remember the 4 exactly?
Fantastic Four.
No, that wasn't the original 4.
Wasn't it? Oh, it
wasn't part of the original 4.
I'm trying to think. Daredevil, Punisher.
Yeah.
Not Ghost Rider. Oh, I'm blanking. I should have done my research.
Not your fault. It's not your fault. So it was Daredevil, Punisher, where they made Punisher like an angel.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I never read it, but it's a weird thing. Like Frank dies and comes back and the Inhumans.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Paul Jenkins and Jay Lee.
Yeah.
And very near and dear to my heart right now, the Christopher Priest run of Black Panther. That was the original.
That was
4.
Marvel Knights?
That was Marvel Knights.
Oh,
yeah, that was Marvel Knights, dude. I still have, okay, this is no joke. I still have the Wizard World book, like the sketchbook that they did.
Yeah.
I still have that.
Oh, wow.
Not even a joke. I would never lose that.
Oh.
I would fight people.
Yeah.
Might even fight my kids. I'll be honest. You know what's up. Okay, so with this 20-year piece, I didn't know what to expect with this.
Oh, neither did I. Yeah, Donny Cates is writing it.
Right.
So it could be just anything.
It literally could. He could take all the Marvel Knights characters, combine them into one guy, and all of a sudden we just got to deal with it. Called the Marvel Knight. I don't know. Travel Foreman. I know. I literally opened up the book, was like, let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Travel Foreman on art. I have a confession.
Yes.
I didn't like Travis's work on this, or Travel's work on this one.
It was. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out the cover. Did he do that cover? Because I thought that was his cover.
I thought.
And now I'm questioning whether or not it is. Yeah. This could very much so be the aspect of an inker who is not as familiar with his style, and therefore kind of changed it a lot. I first encountered Travel's work on walk with me on this one. Okay. There's a series called Class War from Comex Comics, early 2000s. He took over for Trevor Harrison. I'm a nerd, okay? Let me just preface that if you haven't figured it out. 200 something issues here. Yeah. You should know.
A few years, there've been clues.
Yeah. Couple. So I have a standard for what I expect his artwork to look like. Yeah. And when this didn't match that, I was totally thrown off.
Yeah. It felt different. Like it was too clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very bright.
I needed some tooth. I needed some lines, baby. But that's just me. Story wise.
Yes.
It was a big bag of mystery.
Yes. it's been I think the different pages that have already leaked or whatever.
Right.
Like Murdoch doesn't know who he is.
Right.
Castle doesn't know who he is.
Right.
And the further we get in, the mystery just deepens.
Just huge mystery. Huge mysterious. Nobody seems to know.
Right.
And that's
a mystery.
Right. Now since then, the realm of people that have fit under the Marvel Knights umbrella has included the Fantastic Four. I believe it's included Spider-Man.
Yep.
Kirkman did a run of Marvel Knights stuff.
Yes.
No, his was 2099. So I'm sorry.
But there was just a Marvel Knights series.
That's right. And that one had, was it Cloak and Dagger was in that one?
I think so, yeah.
And
it's like a rotating cast, wasn't it?
Right. Like, oh man, that was a good series too.
Yeah,
it really was. Because it was like a lot of the characters that the series had kicked off, but then a lot of homegrown, down-to-earth heroes as well. Man,
which I wonder if they're thinking about keeping low to the ground with this run,
right?
Because none of the characters that have appeared yet.
Well, I would say the one that was working with Foggy might be a little bit. Might be a little bit.
Yeah,
but it depends. Depends.
Yeah, and that was an interesting inclusion.
It was
because I was like, who is this?
Right.
Is this? And then when you figure out,
and you're like, oh wow.
and it was such like you don't even need to know the name of the character, but that subtle little change.
All you need, and you're like, I know who that is. Literally, if you read this issue, you will not know anything further at all.
But it's okay, because I think that's the point of what's going on.
Yes, you are, like everyone else, like learning the story as it's unfolding. So it's not even just a matter of being like, oh, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah. No.
You get nothing.
Yeah.
You get to know some of the players. I doubt that you know all of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, I feel so bad for who Frank has to go see next.
Yeah, because that list.
That's just, not okay.
No.
Not okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I was reading it, I'm like, just
does it get better?
No, it just hurts different.
Right.
That's really...
It just hurts different. It's smaller area, more localized, bigger maybe.
Back teen.
Yeah. It only cleans it. It will not heal.
Yes.
That's just that's just one of those things. But I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. It was pretty good.
Oh heck yeah.
All right. So Green Lantern #1.
Yes, Grant Morrison, Liam Sharp.
Yes. This has been touted like for months. They've been talking this up, and I appreciate Morrison.
Yes.
Lately, though, I have fallen less in love with Morrison's work.
Yes.
As though Morrison has Morrisoned himself.
Yes, he's writing like he thinks he should write.
Right.
He's got an atmosphere, he's got an aesthetic, and he's sticking to it. This one, to me, felt a lot like was it Chaos 2000 and Vertigo?
Okay.
It was not a main DCU book.
Right.
It was potentially a few obscenities and maybe some nudity away from being a Black Label.
I can see that. I think if the obscenities that are somewhat portrayed here were in English,
yes,
definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a mature book.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it's I don't. Law and Order might be like a version.
Yeah,
it's like in between Law and Order and
it's like something gritty, like a Hill Street Blues.
NYPD Blue.
Yeah.
Or was there a cop drama that was on HBO or something like that?
There was The Wire,
but I don't know if that was more cop centric.
Yeah,
like
not cop rock.
Oh,
look it up if you don't know what it is. It's real.
Good reach on that one. Deep pull, deep cut. All right, but the idea here is to focus on the notion of Hal being a space cop.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, you're right. It has that procedural sort of vibe.
Very much so, man. Like the only thing you're missing is like Dick Wolf name at the end of it. Like that's just like, I don't know. You need like a theme song. Dun, 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 dun.
Green Lantern.
Yes, Law and Order Green Lantern. That's it. That's your series, produced by Dick Wolf. So here's the weird part for me. I dig the concept, but it's leaning so heavily on it when I've never really considered that was in fact the main focal point of Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
I don't know. Like the biggest Green Lantern stuff has been like real superhero-y.
Right.
Like there has been investigations, but not
like this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is literally cop stuff, and maybe it's because in the last 15 years, we'll say 10, 15 years. Oh my God, I'm old. That stuff is catching up.
Yeah.
We've seen the Green Lanterns portrayed as more of an army.
Yeah.
And not police procedural.
Yeah. Like we're going to apprehend these people. We're going to take them for processing, for justice, for trial.
That's a little different.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to take in, especially with still being in continuity with the DCU. Yeah. So as they've been very much so acting as an army, now they're going to kind of scale back a little bit and have a different set of rules, which I'm like, all right, let's see.
One of the interesting things to me, but I don't know if that's going to be something that I'm going to like and nobody else is going to like, was the focus on each of the different alien races and cultures.
That's true.
The language. And
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it really, like, it hammered away at this group comes from this planet.
Right.
And I don't know if people are going to dig that. I did, but I'm into that kind of stuff.
I mean, I would like to think that those people that are fans of Morrison will do that, because like when he did Batman and Robin, the circus people, they had their own circus language, and so I think he builds those worlds that way. So I think that's a clear thing. Liam's work,
it's crisp.
Wow.
Yeah.
That stuff is nutty.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things, just textures. I know people that like have a thing about textures, like look at this page and like, oh, stop, I can't. Like that's I would do that to him on purpose though.
Yeah. But this is amazing. Like you got the spider pirate, the crystalline.
Right?
Yeah, all these different
Forms.
beings.
Yeah. The virus?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I can
That was kind of
I have to admit, like if that's how that GL works, forget Hal Jordan. That's the Green Lantern I want to follow.
Yeah.
I don't care how I'm serious. Kyle Rayner used to be my number one. No, I want the virus GL.
Yeah.
Show me how he's stopping crime in the universe. Because listen, I want that dude to go up against Darkseid just to see what happens.
Oh, the smells.
That's all I'm saying. A scratch and sniff comic book. Come on.
What would Darkseid diarrhea smell like?
And these are the questions that you have to ask.
Oh.
You have to ask that. Darkseid diarrhea sounds like a thing. I can see all the Star Wars fans like, Darkseid diarrhea? Is that a power? Is that a Sith Lord? You're like, no.
It's even better.
Yeah. It's literally the diarrhea from the new god, Darkseid. It comes out of Darkseid's backside.
Yeah.
We're sorry. We are young and silly in our minds. It's what happens.
Yeah, emotionally, I never got past the age of 12. That's just
who needs it? Yeah. Nobody. Interesting number ones, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's one that I didn't like at all. Clearly, the Empty Man is gonna give me nightmares.
Yeah, that's gonna do that. It's
gonna haunt me.
Gets its hooks into you. I don't know. Is it like walk through hell level? Like
it's different kind of kook.
Yeah, different kinds of horror.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
I tell you what though, anybody that wants to do like let's do a movie or horror movie marathon. Yeah. No, horror comics marathon. We got you.
Yeah.
We'll add to it. It will happen. You might pee your pants. Off of words.
Accidentally, from fear, not
like on purpose. Unless you do that, we're not going to judge.
I don't judge.
And on that note, it's time for some honorable mentions. Okay, so you're absolutely right. We are so far different. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I don't quite know where to.
So we've got 6 different books.
Yeah.
We've got more versatility and diversity over here than on the other. Well, it happens. You know what? You go first. You just pick one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
This is tough. All right. I'm gonna save Border Town for last.
Yeah.
Because that was amazing. We'll go Outer Darkness.
Okay.
John Layman, Afu Chan as the creative team, and we'll get to Farmhand, who was the other part of Rob's was for Chew. So this one takes place in space, and in the back, instead of a letters page, it's only issue 1. John kind of lays out his thing, like the different like science fiction shows and supernatural horror movies that he watched as a kid growing up, how it affected him. And this is like a synthesis of science fiction and like supernatural. I don't know if horror necessarily, but it's weird, goofy horror. And it's
dude, I dig the artwork.
Oh yeah, Afu kills it with it. And it's this futuristic world where space travel is based off of like supernatural engines, where you access like ghosts or like
that's cool.
They call them gods too, for like god engines, and they've got exorcists that like fight the stuff off. It's real weird, like almost grindhousey in a way. The art is killer. It's like real old school looking.
It reminds me of what was that series? Like Star Force something. It was like kind of a Sailor Moonish type thing. I wonder if that's did Afu did that.
Maybe.
If you guys know, comment below. Let us know. Because I'm feeling a synergy of styles here, but I like it a lot.
Yeah. The main character is kind of loser. He's basically been kicked out of what I think would be the equivalent of like the Navy, the Space Navy. And he's brought back in for one more job that he really doesn't want to do, but that'll give him the money and his record cleared so he can go on killing himself with alcohol.
Wow.
And it's real cool. I'm in it for issue 2.
Dude,
that freaking space station.
That's so
yeah, because it's done like a just
yeah. Okay.
very cool stuff.
Thank you. So I did the finale of Death of the Inhumans. Yes. Okay, so everything I was just processing were all spoilers that I can't tell you.
Yeah.
So, what can I tell you? This series ends, and the ramifications of this could be equivalent to House of M's No More Mutants.
Really?
Now, considering the range of characters that this could be covering, I'll leave it at that. But it could have the same level of significance as that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anything else is a spoiler.
Yeah.
Like it's like a hardcore, tried and true spoiler. Yes, I can only compare it to potential House of M changeover. So
yeah, that's big stuff. Though.
Yeah. That's I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Okay.
You know, I'm an Inhumans guy, so with this, like, there's a lot of things that I feel have been taken from me, and then there's a lot of things I feel have been given to me, and I don't know how to appreciate it yet. So there it is.
There you go.
Yeah. So, and you're welcome. What else you got, man?
Well, we will go with Farmhand.
Yes.
Number 5, the final issue in this story arc. The next one comes out, I think, in March.
Okay.
Yeah, March 20th, which is the first day of spring.
Nice.
Pick that up. Rob Guillory, the other member of the Chew creative
Chew
team.
family.
This, if you haven't watched the previous episodes where we've just gushed over this book, this farmer has this vision where he can figure out how to create seeds that will grow human organs. That way, like if you lose an arm,
you can just grow you a new one.
Yeah, we'll just grow it.
No problems.
This kicks off with it's gone a little bit further, but then it stopped.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's some backstory, and there's a couple of the characters that had just been kind of, I don't know, just brought in, and they felt like side pieces. And Rob does a really cool thing about all the signs in the background are hysterical, and then sometimes they're almost like minstrels and kind of telling you what's going on.
Right.
A couple of those characters that I thought were kind of like just splashed in have much bigger roles.
Oh.
And where Jedediah thought everything was contained.
Right.
It really isn't, and stuff is getting out there. So if you want the humor of Chew, if you want like the darkness of, like, if you did, oh my God, I don't even know, like if Soylent Green was a comedy, like maybe, like, I don't know, it's such a cool book that I can't elevator pitch it. Like I just don't know.
Soylent Green was a comedy.
Yeah, just it's amazing. First 5 issues. Probably can get them pretty easily because Image does a really great job of having stuff available. Worst case, sit on it. There'll be a trade paperback, probably $9.99, coming out in a couple months. I really highly recommend it.
I was gonna say, I thought they had a promo for it. I think it said January.
I think so. Yeah. So we're not that far out.
No, not at all. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. All right. So, Asgardians of the Galaxy issue 3. Okay. Nebula has done it. Okay, let's just put it out there. Nebula has acquired a weapon that will allow for her to call forth the corpse husks of dead gods that still retain portions of their power. Go for it. Take your time.
That seems powerful.
Like, literally on the cover, you have Angela versus God of Thunder, dead, like undead Thor. Okay, like let's just look at that. Stuff gets blowed up good.
Yes,
a lot of. This is like big battles, things revealed. Wow. Okay. Wow. This one, if they made this into a animated series, a motion comic, I would be on board. I would binge this. Don't look for me for 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
This, okay, that's what I'm talking about. It's that tried and true, like, I'm a kid again, and I just can't. I'm flipping pages. I'm eating. I'm consuming this stuff.
Yeah.
And what's great is like she has sent the Asgardians, like this dead Asgardians, to fight people, and they're basically going to take on the Shi'ar. For the record, they are fighting the Shi'ar. So the Imperial Guard is up in this.
Oh, wow.
And she's threatening to send other pantheons. So we could possibly see other undead gods show up, and
that'd be crazy.
It's awesome. It's very, very awesome, and I adored it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and it's only issue 3, and I know that there are second prints for 1 and 2. Like number 2, second print was this week.
Right.
So you can acquire these issues once again pretty easily.
Get them for the read. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
Nope. Let me get this Batman out the way so you can wax appropriately. So we've got Batman 58. Tom King, as always, amazing. So this one, we're switching gears and we're bringing in the Penguin as a focus. What you're also clearly seeing is the big ramifications of all of this. This is all a buildup. So to I Am Gotham, I Am Bane, like all of this is building. And let me just tell you right now, there are people within Batman's Rogues Gallery that you're like, I don't want to cross this person. There's one that you're like, okay, sure, you don't want to cross them. You've never understood why you don't want to cross this person as this. This is showing the range, and once you think about how far back this reach has gone, this is rough. And how Penguin is going to fit into all of this is going to be a very interesting thing.
Nice.
Usually we see Penguin as this, criminal enterpriser.
Yeah.
No, this is going to be something different. This is going to be something different and very, very cool. So, yes. Take us to Border Town.
Issue 3, Border Town, Vertigo. Wow. I don't even know where to begin with the awesome. There's layers.
Yes.
On the surface, it's the story of these people that are charged with protecting parts of the world from supernatural deities and entities that are, with great reason, would like to kill people and wipe them off the planet. But underneath that is this amazing story, kind of like with Vision, where like, oh, they're synthoids. So you can talk about racism and sexism, and it's not going to bother you at first because it's synthoids.
Right. You're like, they're not real people.
Yeah. Similar sort of thing. You're looking at this from like a supernatural kind of like Buffy kind of vibe to it, and it's really not. It's really a very harsh look at American culture through the eyes of people of color, and how it's amazing, and how Mexico and America weren't always populated by people of my particular complexion.
True.
And the damage left behind. And it's just awesome. It's hysterical. I am willing to bet. I'm trying to figure out how to say it without saying
you
it.
Can't, dude. Like that particular thing is so on the nose.
Oh, I want to spoil it. Because this was, because like the first 2 issues I dug.
Right.
But this was the moment that I was sold.
You guys have not heard Rye cackle and turn red from laughter ever like this. Like this, I had to stop. I was like, what is it? What did you read? What? Please tell me. And then he showed it to me, and I was like, oh my God, I understand.
It's going to be a hashtag on Twitter. I can very much see this at some point being a trending topic.
Absolutely.
Wednesday afternoon.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the thing is, it's brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant.
It says so much. Yeah. So much.
So I recommend checking it out. It's not for anyone with thin skin.
No.
It's gonna highlight a bunch of stuff, and it's gonna be very in your face, but an amazing, amazing book.
I mean, handle the truth, yo. Yeah. Like, go into it, eat it, consume it, recognize whether you fit into it or you are abstaining. And I mean, that's what art is for, though. Art is to make you challenged. Like,
it's this vehicle. Like, it on the surface, it's like, here's this monster. How are we going to kill the monster?
You're like, well, how do you feel about this monster?
Right.
How does the monster feel about you? Yeah. There's things there, but that's the best art when it actually speaks to you and causes you, forces you to look internally.
Yeah.
That
There you
stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah, while we were all over the place,
Yes.
I mean, gosh, dude, 9 different titles on deck this week.
A lot of awesome.
There's a lot of good.
A lot
There's
of awesome.
a lot of good. Clearly, you guys like what you see, right? Of course. And if you do, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to thumbs up us because we need those too.
Yes.
We like those.
Yeah.
And click the bell so that you get the notification every time we have a new episode, which is every week.
Every week.
Every week.
Whether
We
you
get
like
good
it or
stuff.
not.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're in here. We're in your YouTube. Get some. You know you want to.
Comment below. Let us know what you think of our selections.
Absolutely.
Follow us on Facebook. We have a thing there. Also follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
We occasionally talk about comics there.
And each other.
Yes.
To each other. With each other.
Yeah.
By each other. He tried.
I did. I really did. I suck at seduction.
That's the name of this episode.
It really
I
is.
suck at seduction. Good night, everybody.